We're now joined by the Real Estate Institute of Tasmania President Mandy Welling. Hello, Mandy. Thank you so much for joining us on your real estate show. What an amazing year of growth for real estate in Tasmania. No doubt not what you were predicting this time last year when we all went into lockdown.
Not at all, Rachel, and thank you very much for having me tonight. It's just been incredible. So all of the experts around not only the country but around the globe essentially were asking us to brace for impact in the face of COVID. And the market in Tasmania has been ridiculously resilient and gone in the opposite direction.
We love each week when we do our regional profiles going through our REIT stats to see the amazing growth and just amazing in some parts of the state. What are some of the exciting figures that you think are really important to show the growth in Tasmania?
I think some of the important ones are, for starters, probably Hobart's median sale price has exceeded every capital city in the country other than Sydney and Melbourne at the moment. So about 4 weeks ago, we did overtake Brisbane as far as our median sale price goes. So when you think back a decade ago, if somebody had mentioned this, you'd have thought that it was some sort of long-running joke. But it's reality.
And also to the number of Tasmanians investing in their home state?
Yeah, that's magnificent. That's probably the figure that excited us the most. So for the last calendar from January through to December, a total of 90% of all transactions carried out in Tasmania were to Tasmanians. So it was a phenomenal figure.
Yeah, and I know there's some big issues that are currently being debated and looked at through Parliament. What are your thoughts on those, as well as also how we can solve this issue with low stock supply?
Yeah, this is a major concern across both the sales and the rental market, and not anything to be taken lightly. The REIT have been voicing their opinion about this for about a decade, especially when it comes to rental properties, so the shortage of rental properties around the state. Those factors have actually increased activity in Tasmania, and that ultimately is responsible for what's happening right now, in addition to COVID. So that will be a big issue for us going forward, and something that every Tasmanian should be sincerely concerned about.
And I know a lot of people are discussing this cap in rent prices. What do you think would happen if that was to occur?
I just we pretty well that this is not something that should be considered. So as far as that goes, we already have gun-shy investors in Tasmania. If rent capping were to occur, there would be a high chance that most of the investors would take their stock, sell it and invest their funds elsewhere. And this state cannot afford for that to happen.
Yeah. And what about for first home buyers struggling to get in the market at the moment? Obviously good stats, but challenging nonetheless.
Yeah, most definitely. And isn't it funny when we look back to when I purchased my first home, my mortgage was about $41,000, and that was shocking to me at the time, to be honest. So, but when we're looking at first home buyers at the moment, buying upwards of $400,000 and $550,000, to an extent it is quite relevant, and I completely understand that. But it's still considered to be a large figure for first home buyers. The state and federal first home builders grants have been exceptional for first home buyers, and that's seen an increase of about 53% in first home buyer activity across the state, which is fantastic. We
And
really want to see first home buyers get in.
and what are your predictions over the course of the next 12 months? Obviously, we didn't see what's happened this 12 months post-pandemic, but what's for the future, do you think?
Yeah, look, I think as long as we have the supply and demand issues that we have, we'll continue to see the market that we've experienced for the previous 12 months. As frightening as that is, we need more stock, and that begins with the developers and land supply. So we really need to free up the planning schemes around the entire state to enable the ability to be able to subdivide land for more development. There's just not enough of it at the moment, and that's creating the issue.
Yeah, so we do have the Planning Institute coming on in an upcoming episode, so we'll have a chat to them about that. Thank you so much for your
Wonderful.
time today, Mandy.
My pleasure. Thank you.